Even if the family doesn't have anything, you are the one that will say, but you told me there is so person. Why are you slacking? Why are you slacking? So money, material things can never be equated to good name. So please, my senior, continue to do what is right. History and the good people of Bayelsa will everly remember you for those good things. Let me appreciate everyone who is supporting. You can't do it alone. And that is a mistake a lot of us, when we find ourselves in public office, when we find ourselves in place of authority, we believe and we lie to people that I did it. Nobody does it alone. You must have a team. In football, nobody can take the ball from the center and go. There is need for a goalkeeper. There is need for a defender. There is need for strikers. Who scores the goal doesn't mean, yes, you score the goal. You have to work with people. So I want to appreciate every member of your team that are giving you all the support. God will continue to bless every one of you. And on your own part, I appreciate what you're doing. Recognize that on the 18th of December, the year of our Lord 2023, I was on my way to Abuja for a reconciliatory meeting. And I was thinking, what will I do for my people, my primary constituency, who are the civil servants? We all know that the salary is not enough during the Christmas period. And I know we had a lot of challenges at that time. It will be difficult for me to do the 13 months. But however, even if I have to do the 13 months, it will also be a cheating to the lower workers, because some of them earn less than 100. So I decided that I was going to do a bonus of 100,000 to all workers. That was my meeting with my accountant general while I was on my way for that meeting. After the meeting, I was weeping in my heart. I was you all know the story. When I left the meeting, but on my way back, I said, no matter the sadness, I still need to make my people happy. And even in the face of that most difficult time of our administration, we made all the civil servants very happy by giving everybody for Christmas that year 100,000 naira. The NLC, the TUC, wrote a very special letter to me to appreciate the government. We didn't end in the year of 2023, but we added another feather to it in the year 2024. When we extended it again, but this time around, we included the pensioners. And I can tell you that I'm the one, I don't like camera and all those things. Labour have been looking for a way to give me an award for recognizing our senior citizens. So I wasn't surprised when I was invited. It means my brother, we are one. There's no difference between Bayelsa and Rivers. That he understands that this is a governor, this is a government that understands and appreciates labor. I can tell you boldly here that we have and we are enjoying industrial harmony in Rivers State. Whatever the issues are, we always call them, sit down, and we agree. It is not because we're meeting all, but because we're putting human face to governance. We're not running it like Nebuchadnezzar style. We are not running it like the Babylonians. We are running it with the Jesus style, where love takes everything. Where love is what should be in front and what should be behind. So let me thank my brother for honoring us. We appreciate this. But I will also have to say a few things to Labour here. Labour, it is not your right, it's a privilege. And when it is extended, you embrace it with your two hands, with your heart. If you're a woman, you love what you've received. You defend it. You cherish it. You protect it. And you don't allow anybody to come in between you and the government. Who is the person that will suffer at the end if there is no peace? You think you're disturbing the governor? You're not. One way or the other, the same food that is being served on the long dining table will still be served. The same people that are coming to see him will still come. But you, my primary constituency, are the ones that will suffer it. So I'm appealing to you. The only way for you to still be happy in what you're doing, protect the people that you're leading, is to have a very wonderful working relationship with the government. I'm happy this building is accommodating the two major labor bodies. One is under the TUC, covers the civil servant and all those things, while the NLC also takes care of those people that are not in the formal arrangement of civil servant, senior civil servant, every other formation. So it's for you to come together and make sure that you become crusaders of good word of the government. I'm happy with what I've seen here. There's a good relationship between the labor and the government. I'm not saying that you become a rubber stamp. You don't need to be that. You also need to bite where you need to bite. But bite not with the teeth of a crocodile. Eh? Bite with that kind of teeth that when you bite, you know the mother when a baby is sucking the breast, he can bite his mother. He feels the pain, but he doesn't remove the breast because he still needs the breast again. So that should be the kind of bite that we should be receiving from you so that we can continue to give you good governance. Let me appreciate my senior brother here. He's my senior. Those of them that are there before us. God will continue to strengthen you to do your best for your people and for humanity. There is a place in the Bible which says, number your days. We're here, we just observed a minute silence for the death of our hero. He's a hero. Pa Edwin Clark is a hero. What is he remembered for? For his courage, for his truthfulness, for his doggedness, for the survival of this region. I want you to continue to stand for something. And I can see that you're standing for what is right. That is what history will remember you for. History will not remember anyone for any destructive thing. Don't deceive yourself. In fact, it is a curse for you to be remembered that you were among. Let me draw your attention. When you go to history, or even as any one of you here, assuming your son or your daughter should work, whether carelessly or rightly, and associate with one name that we know that was the one who was held responsible for the assassination of one of our presidents. I don't want to call the name, but I know you know the name. If they come and tell you that the person that wants to marry me, his name is D, yeah, you shake, you know, Bian? That is the truth. It's because he ended in a bad way. He's remembered for a bad thing. Take it the other side. If it's a good name, the family good name. In fact, even if the family doesn't have anything, you are the one that will say, but you told me there is so person. Why are you slacking? Why are you slacking? So money, material things can never be equated to good name. So please, my senior, continue to do what is right. History and the good people of Bayelsa will everly remember you for those good things. Let me appreciate everyone who is supporting. You can't do it alone. And that is a mistake a lot of us, when we find ourselves in public office, when we find ourselves in place of authority, we believe and we lie to people that I did it. Nobody does it alone. You must have a team. In football, nobody can take the ball from the center and go. There is need for a goalkeeper. There is need for a defender. There is need for strikers. Who scores the goal doesn't mean, yes, you scored the goal. You have to work with people. So I want to appreciate every member of your team that are giving you all the support. God will continue to bless every one of you. And on your own part, I appreciate what you're doing. Recognize that it is not you alone, but you have a team that is making this prosperity government to move ahead. I want to thank every one of you. Thank our women for the support. Thank our youths. And assure you that we didn't have a relationship before. We can boldly say that in the past 16 years, there wasn't a good relationship. Yes, the past, before then, there was a small understanding. But the past 16 years, there was this friction between Bayelsa and Rivers. But my administration, I'm not going to bring any friction. I will work with you. I will work with the government of Bayelsa, bearing in mind that it's a sister state. And I can tell you here, happily, that whatever legal issues we're having, we have all gone to court to settle them out of court. That is the first thing to show our commitment that we are in for a mutual relationship and a dual progress. You said it here. Rivers cannot develop without Bayelsa. Bayelsa also cannot make progress without Rivers. It's the truth. So, and if we have to do it and get it right, peace must be between these two states. So I assure you here that we have done a few of it. We have shown good, strong and visible evidence of it. We will continue to
Now, some may wonder, why is the governor commissioning this edifice, considering what he has been commissioning since we started? It has been very gigantic projects all across. This one looks like it's not as big as all the other ones that he has been commissioning. But this speaks in volumes. This project is very symbolic. Very symbolic because it marks a very critical part of governance. When there is industrial harmony, when there is industrial peace, that is when a government can work. And I like to appreciate the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress for giving peace in Bayelsa State. Let's clap for them. They have, as a matter of fact, from day one, resorted only to dialogue. Dialogue, and when there are issues, we iron them out. From the previous leaders to the present crop, they have done so well. They have done so well, and government acknowledges their contributions. And that was why when we were told that there was a foundation that was already laid by the previous government, we wasted no time to take it over and ensure that this building was completed. And so today, we are here to commission and inaugurate this edifice, one wing for NLC and the other wing for the TUC, to show labor also that we appreciate them and will continue to work together for the benefit of Bayelsa and for the growth and development of Bayelsa State. We equally looked through, and the only governor who has been a civil servant, understands the labor itself, worked as a civil servant to the height of his career, and who today, by God's grace, is the governor of Rivers State. And we felt that there will be no other person suitable for this commissioning better than the governor of Rivers State, who himself is one that has loved workers and ensured industrial peace in his state, Rivers State. And that was why we zeroed in our neighbor, our brother governor from Rivers State, to perform this commissioning and this inauguration. And so, my brother governor from Rivers State, you are welcome. And we know, between Rivers State and Bayelsa, we only have administrative governance differences. We are brothers, we are sisters. And that is why whatever that is happening here, Rivers people must be very interested. And whatever that is happening on the other side too, we are also very interested. And we need to have a very cordial relationship so that let no one come in between us. If you allow an outsider to come into your own house, then you are sure that your house, there will be division. And so, for us in Bayelsa, we are open. Our doors are open 24 hours to whoever that God has so decided to be the governor of Rivers State. Today, God has decided that you are the governor, and our doors are open to you. Sometimes we will even say that we have more stake in River State than even Bayelsa. And the reasons are not far-fetched. Because that was the state that both Rivers and Bayelsa citizens agitated for the creation of that state. Moved for it and made sure that the state was created. And the first military administrator of that state was, of course, a Bayelsan. And all of our properties up until today are in that state. And so there is no way you want to separate Rivers and Bayelsa. But we thank God that Bayelsa was created. And those of us who knew Yenagoa before today, and you come into Yenagoa today, it is no longer the same. And so we are all having the advantages of state creation. By today, we are now having a new city called Yenagoa that is growing and will continue to grow. And so we need more of that. We hear that the states are going to be created. We need more states. As an activist myself in the Ijaw National Congress, we asked for 3 homogeneous Ijaw states. And one of them has been completed and accomplished, which is Bayelsa today. There are still 2 outstanding Ijaw homogeneous states. One is from the western flank, and we named that one Torebe State. The other one is on the Rivers flank, and we named that one the Oil Rivers State. That was our submission to the state creation. And I'm sure that the current occupants of the office of the Ijaw, making them minorities in those states, where they are expectedly should be majority in their own states. And so I call on the Ijaw National Congress, and I'm aware that they are making moves to submit their own memoranda for the creation of more homogeneous Ijaw states. Sometimes I'm reminded that you are speaking like an activist. You are now the governor of Bayelsa State. And I am very reminded that I'm the governor. But yet, I am still a Nigerian and a German. So forgive me for speaking like an activist. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. In same vein, while we thank and appreciate the creation of Bayelsa and 8 local government areas, I know the INC is also working on that. That is a gross injustice to the people of Bayelsa. 8 local government areas out of the whole of Bayelsa State. And I've called on my National Assembly members to also present a memo, since local government creation is now from the federal. Otherwise, I am one person who believes that federal government has nothing to do with local government creation. Let the states create the number of local governments that they will be able to fund and will be able to manage. That is my stand. Unfortunately, local governments are now being created by the federal government without recourse to availability of resources, and some primordial parameters like population and land mass are used for local government creation. And if that is the truth, then our water mass should also be considered. And I have directed I've directed that we submit our own memo for the creation of more local government areas in Bayelsa State. If you join the local governments from where we were crafted out, River State, with those of Bayelsa, they are not up to the local governments in one state currently today. For a place that has the resources to even create more local governments and sustain them. And that, to me, is inequity and injustice. And they have to be corrected if our democracy must continue to function very well and equitably to the satisfaction of the people. And because in a democracy, the center is the people. And I speak this on behalf of the people of Bayelsa State. Having said that, by way of digression, let me now come back to the NLC TUC edifice. I think my commissioner for labor has said it, and also the masters of ceremony. You know, labor has a way of making their request. When it is Labor Day, they will pour encomiums on you as governor. And maybe those encomiums may be 1, 2, 3. Then, after the 1, 2, 3, then they will bring that word, however. Then after the however, then you see a barrage of demands. And one of them was this one. From the day we were sworn in, this was a recurring decimal. And so, thank God today, however, of labor and TUC building is now off the however. And I'm happy because I also believe that they must have a conducive environment. An environment that they can think well. Because if people don't think well, then one day they can just rise up and say, we are going on industrial action. But now they have a good environment with air conditioners. So before they can say, let's go on industrial, even before now, we are not going on industrial action. Not now that government has provided us this good edifice. Let's go back and have some AC, some air conditioner, if the weather is too hot. And so I appreciate very well labor, and we will continue to work hand in glove with you to ensure that there is industrial harmony in this state. Under our watch, labor will always be a priority. And you know that there is no time you have come with very germane demands that we have not listened and most times implemented. When we came in, the issue of gratuity and pensioners was at the front burner. And we immediately made that policy and program to ensure that our senior citizens are promptly respected by paying their arrears over the years that they were not. And some of them died as a result of that. And as we speak today, by the 5 years of this administration, we have paid over 20 billion of gratuities and pension to our retired senior citizens. And we will continue to do that. In fact, our own program is that by the time we leave in 8 years, we may, by the grace of God, completed the payment of gratuities and pensioners. And so, my dear civil servants of Bayelsa State, this is your government. And wherever, of course, in human relations, there must be challenges and differences. And whenever we have differences and challenges, just as we have been doing for the past 5 years, let us amicably resolve them so that our state will remain peaceful, our state will remain secured, and our state will now develop faster than we had expected. So I thank you all as I invite my brother governor, who himself is a Labour governor, who has been doing Aluta Continuae, Victoria Asata, and now they will be doing it to him, to make his remarks and inaugurate this NLC TUC twin building. I invite His Excellency,